Hey everybody, this is Sue Craig, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Cleveland, Ohio, and today I have a fun card for you. Here's one of the samples that I made to show my classes this week. And let me show you the sample that we did in class, and then I'll show you the stamp set. You can see on the first card that all the paint and the rollers are straight. And what I wanted to show my classes was, because these are photopolymer stamps, I can bend it just a little bit and it made these look like a rainbow. What we're going to do is use the set called A Rainbow of Thanks. And this is from the online exclusives. I think it's really cute. It can be for masculine cards, feminine cards, kid cards, whatever you like. Has a roller and two widths for paint brushes, and then it has, this is the paint, so you can put your color paint on here if you like. Everybody loved the swirl here, which is pretty cool. You got drops of paint, a rainbow of thanks, and just for you, and then 3 different widths for the paint brushes and the roller. But you can see they're straight across. So I bent it just a little bit so that we could make more of a rainbow. So I'm going to put our card right here so you can see what it is we're making. Take my other sample away. And let me show you what we're going to need. You don't need to write this down because this will be in the description below. One thing you're going to need is something for your sentiment. And I know this is retired, but this is the Label Me Fancy punch. When I do classes, sometimes what I do is, instead of using dies, I use punches because it's quicker for me and easier. And when I have a lot of things that I have to punch out, it's a whole lot easier to do that. So I used a piece of paper that was 1 inch by 2 inches. Excuse me. I'm getting over a cold. I chose 2 different pieces of paper that are 1.5 by 4, and of course there are colors that we're going to use in our card today. I used Pool Party and I used Highland Heather. These are 1.5 by 4, and you'll need 2 of them. Our image is going to go on a white panel. It's 2 inches by 4 inches. We're going to need some linen thread. I took about 11 inches, made it into a bow. Berry Burst piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have a basic white card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So I'm going to put that off to the side, as well as this, and pull out the pieces that we're going to need for stamping for right now. It's all the white pieces. Excuse me. I'm going to be using the purple shimmer gems to decorate these. When I have extra cards too, they will end up going to our local hospital and they will go on patient dinner trays. I think that's pretty cool that one of the hospitals does that. Excuse me. So let's start with the main attraction here, which is our rainbow. I'm going to start with Pool Party. And you can see that my stamp is curved. And when I did this card, I told people in class that you want to start kind of near, let me move it up. You want to start kind of near the corner down here, but you don't want to go too high because you need to fit 3 of these rainbow things on this. So that's the first one. Then the berry burst. I'm going to scoot this down so it's a little easier for me. There's the second one. And the Highland Heather. There we go. All right, let me clean this. While I have the inks out, I'm going to move this off to the side a bit, and I'm going to put my sentiment on, A Rainbow of Thanks, and that's in the Berry Burst. Again, you can pick a die or a punch that is just a little bigger than the sentiment that you want to use. All right, let's take a look at the inside. We'll get our colors done and then we'll go to our black. So we have the circle on the inside, and that's with Pool Party. Again, this was the favorite stamp of the set for everybody that was doing cards this week. It really doesn't matter if you use the circle first or the words. It's easy to fit no matter which way you do it. And then we're going to use our heather again, Highland Heather, and we'll just put our sentiment inside that circle. Okay. So the colors are done. Now we're going to use the black, and I'm going to use Memento for this. So let me move this out of the way, and we'll bring this over. And what I like to do is turn it this way because I'm right-handed, so it'll be easier for me to match the brush. And here's what I did. I just put the brush over and it may be hard to see because this is so little. But when it's stamped, you'll see. That I put the bristles in and the end of the paintbrush in the paint. The rest I left not colored. And what I did with that is, oh, that's not good. What I did with that was I used markers to color it. Now, I don't use blends because I started using alcohol markers long before blends existed. So I had a stockpile of Copic markers, and to me it didn't make good business sense to get rid of these to have some that were Stampin' Ups. Now I do have some of Stampin' Ups so that I can show customers what they're like. But my main supply is Copic markers. You can color these however you want. I haven't colored them the same twice. I've colored them very differently every time, and sometimes it depends if I'm talking or not talking. People liked coloring the handles the same color as the paint or a different color. All right, so we have that. we'll try to figure out what to do with that mark there. So let me put this back so you can see what it's going to look like. All right, so we're going to take our card base and we're going to add adhesive so that we can add the berry burst piece. I like to hold opposite corners here. Hover over where this is going to go. Try to get it even all the way around and push down. For this one, what I did was I turned this over and I just used adhesive here along the edge, but just in the middle. And then I took my paper and put it above the white and to the left, and then below the white and to the right. And you can decide if you want them to match, so the two purples up at the top, or if you want something that's not the same. And so because I already have one with the purple at the top, I'm going to do one that is not the same. And if you turn it again, then you do the same exact thing. Line it up behind, and there you go. Maybe I can put a gem there. That might work. Okay. For the sentiment, I popped it up. And I also popped up the background here. I like to do that. I love to use dimensionals to bring attention to, especially the image and the sentiment panel. So we're just going to try to center this. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it's handmade by you and me. And this, I liked it popped up a little bit on the white here instead of being down here. Gave it a little more dimension. And then what I did was I took a glue dot and rolled it around so that it was like a little ball, and added it to my linen thread. And before I put this down, I'm going to just trim it. I made this a little bit long, but I'd rather have it be longer than shorter. Ooh, maybe I should put this over here. I'm going to add this to the corner here. And then let's add some of the gems. And now I used Highland Heather. Let's see if we can put a Highland Heather. Oh, there we go. There we go. That works. And then let's add one more. Maybe down here. Or over here. It doesn't matter. All right, and there you have it. A rainbow of thanks just for you. A quick and easy card. Could be for masculine, feminine, man, woman, child, whatever you like. Could be a birthday card too. You just wouldn't use the sentiments from this set. Well, I hope you like the card. I hope you give it a try. And thanks for watching.